Welcome to Raising Kindness, the podcast for loving and ambitious moms and dads. Episode number 45. Welcome to the show. This is Raising Kindness, and I'm your host, Melissa Dillon. I am so excited to be back. It's been, over a week since I've posted another episode. I had to take a little time off, and I know I gave you guys a heads up because I had some other projects going on, but at the same time, I practice what I preach. I've been feeling really stressed out over the last couple of weeks, and I just needed a little white space and time to get a little clarity on just life in general. I mean, being locked down, you kind of go through a period stage of almost a stages of mourning. Am I right? I mean, depending on your situation and where you're at and how hard this has impacted you financially, I mean, this is some scary stuff for some of us. So, us included, we have a lot of stuff going on. So I took a little time off. I am feeling a lot more refreshed. And that's kind of what inspired this episode, 6 relaxation ideas to help you relieve stress. I know that a lot of people out there, you may be one of them, are feeling a heightened sense of stress. And it's important to have some ideas and some activities in our back pocket that we know we can lean on to help us feel better. If this is your first time listening to a Raising Kindness episode, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. And if you are a longtime listener, welcome back. I'm so thankful that you've continued to stick through all of this with me and be together here. If you've never been, go over to raisingkindness.org. All of our episodes are published there. It's actually a new website. So if you haven't been in the last week or so, definitely go over to raisingkindness.org to get access not only to new episodes, but also our COVID-19 family success plan, where you can go through a step-by-step process to really get clarity on not only what you want as an individual, but also what your spouse or partner want and what your kids are looking for in terms of your time together. So go over there and download that guide. Now, before I dive in, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? There are definitely times during this COVID-19 experience when I feel deeply anxious, down on our circumstances, and not quite the most positive version of myself. This is why I've decided to turn to BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 24 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's counselor network, which may not be locally available in many areas. Get help with anxiety, trauma, grief, even parenting struggles. I mean, we can all say we need help with that at some point, right? The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches as they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. They have an abundance of reviews. One review, for example, is, "I'm really grateful to have Stacy as my counselor. I hit a rough place and was looking for a therapist I would feel comfortable talking to, as well as someone who would challenge me. She's easy to talk to and is supportive in the process. Another plus is that she has been responsive since we were connected and keeps me posted." This review was written on April 29th on their website, and they have tons more. So visit trybetterhelp.com/kindness. That's better, HELP, and join the over 500,000 people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. Special offer for Raising Kindness listeners: get 10% off your first month at trybetterhelp.com/kindness. Okay, so I'm ready to dive right into our 6 relaxation ideas. Number 1 is remember to get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Am I right? So I know that it's so, I'm laughing because there have been several times where I'm like, I haven't been outside for 48 hours. I mean, have you been there? Have you realized that you haven't been out in a couple days and you're like, no wonder why I feel sluggish and down and out? Well, I actually looked it up, and the World Health Organization says that vitamin D improves mood, increases energy, even boosts immunity and calcium metabolism. So it's definitely important for you to get that vitamin D from the sun's rays. And we are required to have it daily, but it doesn't take much sun to get what you need. So in a sunny place like San Diego, it really only takes 5 to 15 minutes a few times a week, and you're going to feel so much better for the whole week. It'll give you a daily boost, or that dose that'll boost your positive energy. My recommendation is to take nature walks with the family, get out to the parks and beaches because they're open. Woo! And I've already been to the park a few times, and it has felt so good. I can't wait to get to the beach and bury myself in the sand. Just make sand angels. And don't forget your sunscreen, because of course it doesn't take much sun to get that vitamin D dose, and you don't want to overexpose yourself, of course. Okay, moving on to number 2 is stretch and yoga. So it may feel counterintuitive if you're not used to exercise, but a short 20-minute exercise or workout for a few times weekly will elongate those tight, tired muscles and turn fatigue into relaxation for hours after exercising. I know on a day that I exercise personally, I will feel way more positive, a lot more uplifted, more energy overall, and my muscles don't feel like they're just gonna just squeeze all up and shrivel up like a raisin, especially after some good yoga. My recommendation for yoga, I'm in love with Yoga with Adriene on YouTube. Number 3 is declare relaxation periods for your family. So this is something that I'm very intentional with midday, especially if our son isn't sleeping. Then I just naturally move into a period of, we have about an hour and a half or 2 hours after lunchtime where all is in a quiet state for everyone. Everyone is invited to tend to themselves quietly with reading or journaling, self-improvement or learning, self-led math practice, screen-free time for the day. These are some recommendations for you. We also do some coloring, yoga, or meditation time. That all of that goes into our quiet period midday. So I highly recommend implementing that for yourself. Number 4, so I know I mentioned this in the last one, is meditate. So if you've never meditated, meditation is so widely backed by science. I'm not even going to quote something here. Go and Google benefits of meditation to learn so much from so many reputable resources. And I'm talking science-backed resources. So whether you're a beginner or you're more advanced in your meditation practice, I highly recommend guided meditations around gratitude, letting go, and relieving stress to help boost you into a positive, relaxed state of mind. And to add to that a little bit is that if you've never meditated before, I always recommend guided meditation to start. If you're diving right into breathing meditation, that's actually one of the more challenging meditations, bar none. It's really challenging to just go dive right into breathing meditations. It'll drive you insane. But if you go and you practice with guided meditation, at least someone's telling you, and you could just focus on what they're telling you to do, and you'll find that your body and your mind follows suit when you have that guidance, and your mind won't wander as much too. And if your mind wanders, that's okay, it's part of it. My favorite for the whole family is an app called Stop, Breathe, and Think. So whether you are an iPhone user or a Droid user, you should be able to access Stop, Breathe, and Think. It's a cute little orange square with a little white sleepy, like a meditative little cloud is the icon. Its basic access is free. It's got plenty focused on students, so your little ones and your elementary school students all the way through high school. Your kids are going to appreciate a lot of the meditations that are available for kids on Stop, Breathe, and Think. My favorite for us parents is Mindful Movement on YouTube. Sarah Raymond is incredible. I've listened to a lot of guided meditations on YouTube, and she is hands down my favorite. She's got a great voice. She's really soothing. She gets a ton of great reviews too of people that are, they say the same thing, that they just love her voice. They love her use of words. She's so articulate. She's so smooth, and she really leads you through a meditation that at the end, you genuinely feel a lot better. And number 5 is if you're feeling like things are just so stressful and so overwhelming and you're feeling alone, I highly recommend getting professional support. I can't recommend this enough that you talk to someone about what's going on with you who is professionally trained to support you through and shift you to a more positive way of thinking. I've been seeing a therapist on and off for a couple of years now. No, it hasn't been that long. It's been a little over a year. And before that, I had never seen one just because it wasn't my way of life and it just wasn't something that I was doing. But I'll tell you, I mean, just to relieve some stress and get some things off your chest, they just ask the right questions that just, you go, oh my goodness, how'd you do that? Again, you put me in the right frame of mind just by asking me the right questions to think about things in a different way that maybe you can't really do with a friend or your spouse. I mean, this is someone who is professionally trained to help you. So my recommendation, BetterHelp. So if it's so much better because it's way less expensive than a regular therapist. And if you're new to therapy, it's a great segue into the experience because you can do texting and it's on your terms and you can get a discount too. So try betterhelp.com/kindness will get you 10% off. That's what I recommend, especially if you're struggling and you're doing some of the things already that I've recommended. This would be your best bet. I have personally leaned on it over the last couple of weeks. Number 6, reading and or journaling. So this really cool quote that I came across from Anne Frank. You all may remember Anne Frank even from as early as grade school, reading the book on her life during the Holocaust. So she said about journaling, I can shake off everything I write. My sorrows disappear. My courage is reborn. So if you're feeling like things aren't really clear and you have some stresses, I personally journal as often as I can. And journaling is a really nice way to just barf everything out on paper that's on your mind. And you'll start to feel like, oh, I feel a lot better. It's just kind of this big load off. So whether it's a brain dump or a gratitude journal, if you look up some ideas, I can even post them in the show notes of things that I've actually personally done. Is there a different gratitude type journaling? So you can go through guided journals or prompts, different prompts. You can write stories. You can go down a fictional rabbit hole. Whatever you like, whatever feels good to you, go for it. Writing it just feels good. So a quick recap. Number 1 is get outside and enjoy the sun. Number 2, stretch and do some yoga and work out. Number 3 is declare relaxation periods for your family. Number 4 is meditate. Number 5 is get professional support or therapy. Number 6 is reading and or journaling. So I really hope that this helps you. Thank you so much for listening. Go to raisingkindness.org and participate in our comment section. That's actually where I interact with you about the show. So if you have any questions or comments or requests, or you feel like I missed something here, I do follow up and I do respond to every single person who writes me. So go to raisingkindness.org to participate in the conversation, and I'll talk to you next time.